Social media addiction.
Wait, is that actually a real thing?
Well, we're gonna find out. What do you think? Is social media an addiction?
I believe it is, especially if you are finding yourself on it constantly and not able to control it.
I pretty much agree. Whenever I publish a new piece of content, I find myself constantly refreshing the page as well for that instant gratification to see who liked it, who commented, who shared on it. With that being said, what are your opinions? Do you think that social media is addicting? Are you addicted? Let us know below. Welcome to Therapy Cable, the channel dedicated to removing stigmas attached to mental health, one video at a time. So if you'd like to join us on this mission and help us remove these stigmas as well, please consider hitting that subscription button below, as well as hitting the notification bell. This past decade, we've seen an explosion in social media use and a rapid growth of different social media networks. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Musical.ly, now TikTok, WhatsApp, Vine, rest in peace Vine, along with so many others.
With this rapid growth, we've also witnessed an exponential advancement in technology, where most of us carry around in our pockets what might as well be a small personal computer. Let's be honest, it's a small personal computer.
Smartphones.
And it's an extension of who we are, which has made it easier and faster for us to have immediate access to these social media platforms, which my buddy Austin here just mentioned.
Think about it as well, not just phones, and now we have watches and Google Glass. There's everything. There might be contacts soon.
That would be awesome.
But that is literally amazing. That's like having all of the world's information in your jean pocket. That is really a great power.
That's right. Just as Uncle Ben said just before he was gunned down.
It's too soon. Rest in peace, Uncle Ben. With great power comes great responsibility.
Rest in peace, Ben. I feel like we're talking a lot about death so far. But still, this is a serious matter. Almost as serious as death. Not really, but pretty serious.
Some psychiatrists have argued that social media addiction should be added to the DSM.
What's a DSM?
Great question, Odie. It's the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorders.
That's a mouthful. That's why they called it DSM.
For those of you who don't know, the DSM serves as the principal authority for psychiatric diagnosis. Since it has not been officially stated as a disorder, let's take a look at what addiction actually means.
What does it actually mean to be addicted?
Great question, Odie. According to our good friend at Webster, addiction is a compulsive need for a use of a habit-forming substance characterized by tolerance and by well-defined physiological symptoms upon withdrawal.
What exactly does that mean? Let's give a quick example. Let's say you're on social media, you see, oh, I got a heart or something. You compulsively have to check it. And like, oh, who did it? Who hearted it? Or when you're driving to the grocery store, or while you're spending time with family, at the movie theater, or at any waking moment of the day, you have to check who hearted my picture. The withdrawal is having a feeling or an anxiousness or irritability of not being able to mindlessly scroll through a newsfeed or check a notification.
Although at the time being, social media addiction is still being studied and examined. Here are some questions to ask yourself if you think that you might be addicted to social media.
Number 1, do you spend time thinking about social media or planning to use social media?
I do.
I do too.
Constantly.
Constantly.
But we're also digital marketers, so it's like,
Yeah.
Do you feel urges to use social media more and more?
More so when I'm on the toilet.
That's true. I have games specifically for that.
3, do you use social media to forget about personal problems? I can't say that I do. Maybe, actually.
Number 4, do you often try to reduce social media use without being successful?
Big ol' high five. Do you become restless or troubled if you're unable to use social media?
6. Do you use social media so much that it has a negative impact on your job, studies, personal responsibility, and even your relationship sometimes? And with that being said, our Q3 numbers should skyrocket. What do you think about that, Odie? What the does that mean?
If all these questions ring true to you, looking into your usage of social media networks and maybe even consider contacting a professional consultant of your behavior could be useful if you answered yes to any of these questions. Consider it. We're not actually saying to do it, but maybe consider.
If some of these questions are true to you, there are some strategies you can consider in implementing into your day to day.
What are those strategies, Austin?
Well, I'm so glad you asked.
Me too.
Some of these strategies consist of, number 1, silence the notifications on your phone. Just turn them off.
Number 2, set boundaries for yourself. Check your smartphone every 30 minutes or once every hour, or set your own time. Just make sure it's not less than 5 minutes or something crazy like that.
Every minute.
Yeah.
On the dot.
That doesn't work.
Schedule times in the day where you're not on your phone.
Number 4, leave your cell phone in a separate room before going to bed.
That's a great example. Something I've been doing recently is actually putting it on airplane mode every night so that I don't hear those notifications because my phone goes crazy throughout the night. So I'll set my alarm across the room and turn on airplane mode so there's none of that.
That's an awesome one.
Before we move on, I think it's important to state that the goal of these strategies is not abstinence, but controlled use of social media.
Even Facebook and Instagram most recently are helping to combat against this. If you haven't noticed, if you haven't looked at your, I think Instagram has it. I'm not too sure if Facebook has it. I know YouTube actually came out with it not too long ago.
Even Netflix does.
Netflix? That's
Yeah.
crazy. So that way, you know, they're trying to help combat against this excessive use of their own products by rolling out these tools. So if you're going to be able to combat against this, use these tools to kind of monitor your usage and set limitation boundaries for these platforms.
While social media addiction or internet addiction disorder is not yet recognized as an addiction or a disorder, the question still stands. Is it really an addiction? What do you guys think? Let us know below. Did you like this topic? Let us know what you think we should cover next. As I stated earlier, the purpose of Therapy Cable is to help reduce the stigma attached to mental health one video at a time, modernizing it every day. So let us know, and we'll get back to you soon.